When Baba Sahib, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, did his MA from the prestigious London School of Economics of United Kingdom in 1921, he probably was the first Dalit to do so. Although the arrival of Indian diaspora in the United Kingdom can be traced back to more than 100 years, the mainstream migration started in 1950s. The diaspora also included some Dalits, primarily from the state of Punjab. In the initial days, the Ambedkarites in the United Kingdom consisted of a small circle of Dalits belonging to Ravidasiya and Valmiki community. A number of organizations were formed across the UK to address the issues of community and to propagate Ambedkarism. However, due to the confined size of the population, the speakers and audiences in all these functions were more or less the same. The organizations organized protests in London against the atrocities against Dalits in India, but there was less coverage in the media. Finally, around 1985, an organization was established to strengthen the organizations with the key objective of propagating the teachings of Dr. Ambedkar and Lord Buddha. Arun Kumar, an Ambedkarite who has been living in UK since 1977, spoke to the Mooknayak. He said,
"The people start coming from India in 1950s. By 70s, there were quite few organizations in different towns. And in 80s, the people started feeling that there are organizations working in different towns, but they are not coordinating between themselves. So what they did, they established Ambedkar Buddhist Council, ABC. So some people are not very happy with the name. So in 1986, they changed the name to the Federation of Ambedkarite and Buddhist Organization, UK. So since then, this organization is working.
Soon after the formation of the organization, it was decided to popularize Dr. B.R. Ambedkar outside the Dalit community. The organization used the birth centenary celebration to take the name of Dr. Ambedkar forward.
The Federation decided to have Dr. Ambedkar's birth centenary, 100 years birth, celebrated at a large scale. So in 1989, they formed Ambedkar Centenary Celebration Committee, UK. So that was launched in the British Parliament on 14th April 1989. So from 1989, all the Federation people were working with this organization, ACC, Ambedkar Centenary Celebration Committee. So what they did, up to 86, all the organizations were working within themselves, and all the Indian people, especially Dalit people, they were attending their function. They were celebrating birthdays and death anniversaries of Baba Sahib, but only Dalit people were attending all these functions. When the Federation came into existence, so they decided to take Baba Sahib's name to the outside from our community. So the Centenary Celebration Committee, they actually took this task. So what they did, in the UK, the Baba Sahib's 100-year birth anniversary was celebrated for 4 years, from 1989 to 1992. So what they did, they arranged many seminars, functions, talks, just like in Oxford University, Cambridge University, Hull University, Manchester, all the academic people, politicians, they attended and students and teachers as well. So then they organized the functions at the London School of Economics, where Baba Sahib studied in 1921 to 1922. Then London School of Economics, then Gray's Inn, where Baba Sahib did war at law. We organized the functions.
FABO played an instrumental role in installing the statues of Ambedkar in places where he spent his time, not only in United Kingdom but also in United States and Canada.
What we did, we started installing the statues of Baba Sahib. Baba Sahib's statue was installed by the FABO in Columbia University in America. Then in the London School of Economics, then the Indian High Commission. Then in 2003, we actually installed a Baba Sahib statue in Simon Fraser University in Canada, Vancouver. So during that period, a blue plaque was installed at the house where Baba Sahib stayed during his studies in London. So that house now is converted into a museum. I will come back to you again later on this one. So we actually arranged many exhibitions and talks. Then we invited VP Singh, the Prime Minister at that time, in 92. But at that time, actually, he resigned from the government. And Ram Vilas Paswan, he accompanied him. Then he gave a talk in the parliament on Baba Sahib.
FABO is committed to the ideology of Ambedkarism and rose to propagate his ideals. So, when the government of India commissioned a film on Ambedkar at a shoestring budget, FABO came to the rescue of the team, which had to shoot some part of the film in London.
When Jabbar Patel made a film on Baba Sahib Ambedkar, when he came to London to film this the film, there were 11 crew members here. He asked us to help him by providing transport and accommodation. So the FABO managed to provide him with the accommodation for 11 people and all transportation as well to reduce the costs, because originally there were 32 crores rupees provided for their film, but later on the government changed and they reduced the actually this grant to only 8 crore rupees. So he asked us to help.
It was FABO at whose insistence the government of Maharashtra purchased the house at 10 Henry King's Road in London.
A house, I mentioned earlier, where Ambedkar lived during his studies, 1916 till 1922. But Dr. Ambedkar lived in that house from 1921 to 1922. So that house came into sale in 2014 in the month of August. So our president, Ms. Santosh Das, she immediately sent a proposal to the government of Maharashtra to give us a loan, give us a grant of £4 million, because that house cost about £3.1 million at the time. So because that needed quite repairing as well. So, but the government of Maharashtra, they said, no, we don't give the grants, instead we will buy it. So Maharashtra government actually accepted the FABO's proposal and they bought that house. Now this house is a museum. This is the first museum in the world on the name of any Indian. So that house is actually a full-fledged museum, open to everybody, 5 days a week. Then what we did, we were talking to our president, Santosh Das. She was talking to the Gray's Inn, where Baba Sahib did bar at law, so that they can do something about sorry, Baba Sahib's memorial. What they did, they named one of their room as a Dr. Ambedkar room. In this room, their meetings take place, and all these solicitors, they are trained there. So what we did, the FABO, we commissioned a portrait of Baba Sahib. They spent about 6,000-7,000 pounds on it, and that portrait is installed in the very room, Ambedkar room, in Gray's Inn. So this is a permanent memorial to Baba Sahib Ambedkar in the very big institute. And then talking about, that during the centenary period, 89, 91, 92, there were a lot of media coverage in the not only in the Asian media, but in the English media as well. So even the television, BBC and other channels, they made documentary films on the problem of caste and untouchability. They were all done as well.
The organization also made sure that Gray's Inn, a place where Ambedkar received his bar at law, had a name in his name, along with his portrait.
Talking to our president, Santosh Das. She was talking to the Gray's Inn, where Baba Sahib did bar at law, so that they can do something about Baba Sahib's memorial. What they did, they named one of their room as a Dr. Ambedkar room. In this room, their meetings take place, and all these solicitors, they are trained there. So what we did, the FABO, we commissioned a portrait of Baba Sahib. They spent about 6,000-7,000 pounds on it, and that portrait is installed in the very room, Ambedkar room, in Gray's Inn. So this is a permanent memorial to Baba Sahib Ambedkar in the.
At a time when there is a lot of headway in the fight against casteism abroad, particularly in the US, it was FABO which took the lead in the United Kingdom to raise caste issue.
So in UK, FABO UK was in the forefront of raising the caste issue. This bill gone through here now. There was equality bill at the time to declare caste as illegal in the legislation. So what we did, we campaigned for this legislation. The Hindu Council UK, they opposed this one, and they claimed that there is no caste-based discrimination in the United Kingdom. But at that time, our president, Mr. Chanwin Chahal, on behalf of FABO, he wrote a report, Evil of Caste, and and he condemned the Hindu Council UK's statement that there was no caste, and the caste is actually British brainchild, and he replied to all this stuff. So that was quite the popular report. Then we actually did a lot on the caste issues. Then even on international arena, we attended many conferences. We went to